Call me Neoblade. This is the mental checklist for Zerg. I strongly recommend you see the first video regarding the mental checklist, and I strongly recommend that you see Day9's mental checklist exercises. Really important. But if you have trouble transitioning from the stuff you will learn about Terran, and even if you're Zerg, you should try the stuff Terran does, because handling buildings and hotkeys is more likely to be used by Terran, and it's easier to practice it as Terran. So the basic fundamental stuff you should train with Terran. But if you grab basic understanding of what the mental checklist does, you can start with this video. Again, as I mentioned in the first video, you definitely should be Platinum 1 using Vibes guide, Vibes Bronze to GM guide, because the fundamental stuff he explains in Bronze, Silver and Gold League is very important. And one of the major things he says, there are not many Platinum and Diamond players who can max out as Zerg in 8 minutes or even 9 minutes. They do some kind of harassment, corrosive biles, and they do not have the ability to build 80 drones in 8 minutes or in 7 minutes, and they're not able to max out in 8 or 9 minutes. And this is really important for every race. So listen to him and train macro and mechanics using his guide until you are Platinum 1. And then you start with a mental checklist and you integrate it a little bit in your gameplay. Not as heavily as this training will be here. So you open any map you like and search for NeoSchool. Why? Because this will show you, is your macro okay? And it deactivates the command card, so it will check, are your mechanics okay? Then you create the game, and we'll start with very basic stuff. I always choose a Protoss AI because I can scout it easily. It's very important to set every AI to economic focus, because even if you set it to elite and economic focus, the AI won't attack you as much as full rush or timing attack or so on, but today we take very easy. I have to check the, yes, it looks good. I have to check the video. That's what I wanted to say. And we do not run around in the middle of the map, because we try to focus on injects. You see all those directives here. If you hover it with the mouse, you will see additional informations. As in a normal game, I scout for cannon rush. And I will build a pool now, because I want to have a queen right away. And one of the simple techniques to train that mental checklist at first is just to check for the pool and for this drone, and try to spend your lava. Can double click it. We'll build overlords now, so we do not get supply blocked. This build does not make sense, and it should not. The pool is almost done. Then I can build a queen. There is an expansion. We'll move around here a little bit. I will build a little bit of Zerglings, and I will scout with this drone, building stuff. Scout, and I will leave his base when his core is finished. There's the zealot, and we'll build overlords. As much as we can. There's the queen, and right now we'll just go home. I won't take gas because this is just an exercise, but of course I'm not allowed to get too much minerals, but we'll just scout the front. And the inject was bad because I had more than 25 energy. And at first you just try this. We'll build one additional queen and we'll build overlords. There is stuff in our way and we get to injects now. I think I will build speed because otherwise it's not difficult for me. And we'll use a creep tomorrow. Our inject is ready now, and there are the first 700 minerals. So you could build additional hatcheries, you could build additional overlords, but playing and talking is very difficult for me. I will show you another scenario. Custom arcade. Type in NeoMT and you have this Proberto Frost. This will make it more difficult instantly. We set all this to very easy. And we have, you could set these settings, max energy, max minerals, lower, if they are too easy for you, but on the first try I would use these settings.
Your probes are under attack.
And you have to move this probe around.
We require more minerals.
If you get through those small choke points, your probe will regenerate health.
More overlords.
As you can see, I got hit points back there. And to make it a little bit more difficult, we try to build roaches. So again, our build order does not make any sense, but you will find injecting, and we'll try to hit our injects totally well. To start with a mental checklist, I forgot about the camera, so I can jump to this drone. I will set now my camera locations, and then I'm back on my probe. Forgot about the pool.
We require more minerals.
Again, this build order does not make any sense. And we'll check the gas. So we can put stuff in it. And of course we try to build as much drones and overlords as we possibly can. The gas is ready. Let's rally.
Your probes are under attack.
Our drones in there. We jump to this. We'll take this base next. This was an overlord. Great. So this means our gas is not sufficiently saturated. And we'll just concentrate on 2 queens. We'll take a gas there. And we'll do a creep tumor next. And we need an additional base. I think I forgot about the injects. Let's see. It's okay, but more than 50 energy is very bad. Let's try. Check it's gray. I always call it gray, even it's purple, but I can't inject. I take a look here. Now I can inject, and I inject. I use the rapid fire method, which is very difficult to learn, and it's not about speed in StarCraft 2. It's about precision and efficiency. Again, take a look at Vibe's videos. I need an overlord again. I think I need some static defense right now. Sometimes the AI attacks even on the... I programmed it more programmed differently than other AIs, so it will attack depending on your settings. Let's check, yeah. And you see, right now, it's a little bit more easy for me to use the mental checklist. I do not lose my probe.
We require more minerals.
We'll stop at 50 drones or so. I will get a second base now. Ah, I forgot about the creep tumor. Very bad. But this will happen to you too. And you just inject and set 1 creep tumor to your opponent. Send 1 creep tumor to your opponent. Everything else will be a little bit difficult for you. And if this is too easy for you, You just try to micro your roaches. I will just A-move them, send them to death. And I need an additional base. I don't know if there is a widow mine. The toss is here, the Terran is on the left hand side. And he uses widow mines to distract us.
Mineral field depleted.
And my APM is not sufficient to find this widow mine. We'll just send
Our forces are under
one here.
Not enough energy.
I need a macro hatch. Fix the saturation, the base upkeep. Check the set.
Our forces are under attack.
We can inject again. I built another macro hatch.
Depleted.
And if
Not enough energy.
our injects are very good, so we attack again. And we'll build an additional queens. And we are almost maxed,
We require more minerals.
even on this difficult map, in under 10 minutes. This is a goal you could easily strive for. Let's...
Our forces are under
I just set it to a new base, and I think, yeah, my drone count is okay. If you want to make it more difficult, you go to 80 drones on this map. And now I have to concentrate.
mineral field.
Your probes are under attack.
I will now sacrifice the probes because I messed up with my
Forces are
stuff.
under attack.
I forget the rally point, so I have to use F2 one time.
Your probes are under attack.
Our forces are under attack.
So now we can...
Unacceptable.
We're maxed. So again, we'll just go there. I have to hotkey this. And we'll build
Our forces are under attack.
one creep to more. We'll build
Unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply.
so to kill my units, I would send them to the Terran.
Mineral field depleted. Our forces are under attack. Unacceptable command. We are at maximum supply.
You see, this is very well defended.
We require
And I now have trouble doing everything at once. We don't have gas anymore, then we'll build links. We could build link speed.
We require more. Our forces are under attack.
This took too long and was
Forces are
wasted
under
APM. We'll build some drones here.
mineral field depleted.
My injects are now very bad. Let's check on the minimap where we have gas.
Your probes are under
We
attack.
almost have no gas. So This is my... And now we'll concentrate on injecting, building roaches.
Require more Vespine gas.
I think we could build roach speed.
Probes are under attack.
Vespine gas.
Your probes are under attack.
Our forces are under attack.
As you can see, I cannot talk anymore. I forgot
Require more mineral.
some of the
Metamorphosis complete.
hatches to put it to use.
Your probes are
I have to use the F2 button again, which of course is very bad because you should do it with the hotkey drill.
We require more minerals. Our forces
And we'll try
are
now
under
to
attack.
focus more on the hotkey drill, injecting a hotkey
We
drill
require more minerals.
attack. I think you grasp the concept, and I think you will find this map very difficult if you have to stay below 800 minerals and below, I don't know, for example 50 energy or 60 energy. You will die right away. And if that's even too easy for you, you can search for expansions using speed, which I forgot completely. Okay. I definitely recommend to focus on your injects, so you stay below 30 energy all the time on all those maps, or 40 energy. If you're not able to do this in a real game, your inject will suffer as well. And you try to use one probe, one creep tumor, and try to move it across the map to your opponent. I will show this in a real case scenario, not a real case scenario, in an exercise mental checklist scenario right now. Again, this is a very easy AI. I scout the opponent. And I will try to run in circles with one Zergling. I open Triple H before pool because then I can build enough drones. I use Triple H before pool even in Diamond 3, Diamond 2 and stuff like that. Only against Protoss, of course. In ZVZ it would be suicide. But in a training scenario for the mental checklist, it's a very good build order because you can build queens, drones and overlords. It will tell you, okay, you have too much lava, so please spend your lava. And right now you can see I move around with the Zergling, I inject, and I send one creep tumor across the map. I try not to get supply blocked, I try to keep my money low. I send one Zergling across the map or around this rock.
Metamorphosis complete.
I scout for hidden bases. The map tells me at 5:30 you should have at least 50 drones. Of course that's depending on the build order, but since you train your macro and your mechanics with the mental checklist, you should aim for a high drone count so you don't die to overmints.
Our forces are under attack.
I made a little attack.
Our forces are under attack. Mutation.
I try to fly my overlords everywhere, so I have good map vision.
Our forces are under attack.
And I use one overlord to rain creep and one creep tumor
Mineral field
to move across the map. I think, again, you grasp the concept. I add macro hatches when I need them. You saw this in the other video as well. It's depending on the game if you build a macro hatch or an expansion, but in the lower leagues, a macro hatch does not hurt you. If you are 3 base on 6 minutes, for example, and you don't know if you can defend a 4th base, just build a macro hatch. It's important to keep your money low. My queens, 25 energy, a little bit high. At the 8-minute mark, I think it's okay because the inject is almost done. 23 energy, 47 is bad, and 6 energy is totally fine. So you see the creep tumor is moving across the map. If you do not want to do this with this overlord, no problem, but then you will get stuck in this forest here because you cannot see past it, so you have to move around here, and this will be a problem if you want to creep here for whatever reason. So you have to have an overlord or queen or ling here, so you have to vision through this forest or this side blocker. Okay. This is a simple mental checklist for Zerg. You've just seen it. This is a map called Creep or Die. You can find it in the arcade. And since I forgot about the creep, I will die on this map. It will not kill you instantly, or your drones won't explode. It will just send heavy waves of pressure to you. And I think medium is standard difficulty, but I set it to harder, as you can see in the chat. And I strongly recommend to play this map every day. Start with very easy, next day medium, then harder, very hard, and elite. And you will find elite very, very difficult to beat. Again, you see here's your idle production, which is only important in the first 4 minutes of the game, because hatches which do not produce anything will put this counter up. It will count in seconds. And you cannot build queens for 10 minutes of the game, because then you will have, I don't know, 30 queens or so. And I think Rainer builds 6 or 7 in a game against Terran, but depends on the matchup, of course. Again, the opponent is very well defended, so the map is a success when you creep to here, or if you kill both planetary fortresses. Of course, you can cheat and just build a hedge here and move the creep down here, but that's not a good purpose of the map, to cheat this map, because it's about macro and mechanics. And when you have a creep tumor, you only have 1 minute on harder to move this creep forward. And if you forget about it, he will send attack waves. And on harder, he will send ghosts who try to nuke your base. There's a big marine attack incoming, so I build banelings. I see now the idle production does not work anymore. So there's the marine attack incoming. I'm able to clear this up. And I set my creep tumor again. Everything is fine. Let's see, there are no more attack waves incoming. I think he will try to attack me with Cloak Banshees.
Mineral field depleted.
My set check is awful. My upgrades are awful. I did not see this Widow Mine.
The high
He harasses me with
forces are
Liberators and Banshees. My set check is really, really awful. I forget to set Jones in gas. But right now I'm able to... No, he sent an attack wave. I don't know if I missed where I forgot about the creep. And then I type GG and the game is over. I think I forgot the creep somewhere. And then he will send attack waves. So, to train the mental checklist in a real game, you just set a Protoss AI to Elite and to Economic Focus, and you start the game with a 12 pool. Then you have to babysit your links all the time, and you try to inject and creep and get a macro game going. It's again not important to kill the opponent with a 12 pool. It's important to distract yourself, to train multitasking, to train the mental checklist, to keep your money low, not to get supply blocked, and so on. So I want to kill this pylon, and I want to kill some probes, which I do. My money's way too high. Again, I just want to distract him a little bit and myself too. And right now I built 3 overlords. Not very good gameplay as well. I lost 6 links so far. Again, I should not lose. Against the Zealot I can lose some links. And again, I always try to scout my opponent, to harass him a little bit, kill a probe here and there, and try to keep my money low. Build drones, inject. My creep spread is bad, very bad. You can take a look at the minimap and see, okay, this creep tumor is not done yet because it has not a big circle around it. We'll just take a look at the minimap even further. So right now there is a little bit of a circle, but the creep is not ready yet. And right now it should be, I should be able to move it. I have way too much money. I add an additional base. I spread my creep, I inject. Again, mental checklist for Zerg is good injects, good creep spread. Never get supply blocked, keep your money low. And if you want to have a rhythm for it, you can just inject, creep, overlords, drones or units. But if you have other techniques like looking at the minimap and spreading your creep, no problem. I got too much money and then the map kills me because my mental checklist was not good enough. So There is an add-on programmed by me. It's called 12 Pool, so you can create a map with a mod or an add-on. I don't know if it's a mod. Create with mod. And it's called 12 Pool. It's important you set the AI to Zerg, because otherwise it cannot build a pool. And it's important you set it to Elite, otherwise it won't work. And the opponent's Zerg will... Okay, you will build a 14 pool. And of course a real Zerg would not scout, because he needs every lava. But it's just so you are a little bit distracted. Please, for this exercise, please do not take a map with a ramp. Or where the Zerglings derp around here, when you have a wall or stuff like that, because the AI is not able to find out where this ramp is. So a very open map is for you more difficult, but the exercise is more real. I built 17 hedge, 17 pool. I scout early. 12 pool scouted, no gas needed right now. We just have to stay alive. Do not get supply block, very important. If you get all int or cheesed, supply blocks will kill you instantly. And I only lost 2 drones using drone micro. In the first attempt I messed up and I lost, I think, 8 or 10 drones. And since this AI is set to Elite and to full rush, it will attack you all the time. Try to save your queen, try to hit your injects, but if you're pressured that much, you will make mistakes. And finding out how to solve these mistakes, also finding the mistakes and try to get a solution for it, like spine crawlers. I try to scout for his third base now. I accidentally had this Ling on a control group, so it returns home instead of scouting again. I leave my overlord there. I should do a set check. Base upkeep is very important. Again, please watch Vibe's videos. His YouTube channel is called Vibe LOL, I think, LOL. 3 drones at his natural, we should be ahead, because we have more drones. Even though we do not have link speed, we have to be careful with the, how is it called? Bane links, because if we lose our links, we might just be dead if he plays a link flood afterwards. And in a real game scenario, a wall is very important at your natural then. Scout the front, Baneys are moving back, that's fine, so we can build drones. Again, you will die if you get too much minerals or you are supply blocked too long. I scout no third. Scout for mutalisks, because mass mutas might kill you, even though he cannot have mass mutas because I scouted he has no gas at the natural, and building mutalisk with 2 gas in your main is difficult. So an indicator in a ZVZ that the opponent is going mass Mutalisks is early gas 3 and 4.
Our forces are under attack.
In the lower leagues, they build roaches to be safe, or attack with the roaches, but then make a Mutalisk transition. So don't think he builds roaches, okay, Mutalisks are not coming. There could be a surprise for you. Keep your money low, inject. Now it's a normal game. Scout his gas again, yeah. No mutas because there's no gas. Biles, inject if you wanna have a little bit of a challenge. I forgot my biles at home, my ravages at home. So we'll have to take out this 4th base. So Biles injects creep, Biles injects creep. As you can see, I do it again. This is a really good exercise for your mental checklist. Biles injects creep, macro, macro, macro. Biles injects creep. Do not focus and watch the fight for more than 3 seconds. You will find that very difficult. Oftentimes people watch it 5 seconds, 10 seconds, even 20 or 30 seconds. But Biles inject creep. Biles inject creep. Very simple mental checklist to follow and build additional bases. Again, he's on 1 base. We do not have to attack, but if he retreats, we can do so. Let's see the money. We are allowed to have Biles inject creep. We are allowed to have 1,500 minerals. Biles inject creep. Biles inject creep. I forgot about the creep there. I think you grasp the concept and we can leave this game. So I strongly recommend you use 12 pool so you get distracted and you try to use your mental checklist against hard attacks. And I think this is the last part. I try to build 80 drones as fast as possible, and I try to max out as fast as possible. I think I'm do some mistakes there. Again, this is a normal Protoss AI using the NeoSchool mod, so I die if I have bad macro and mechanics. Again, I scout with my drone for a forge, for a cannon rush. A drone scout was done by Gosu user, even in Grandmaster. By Cats it was done in Grandmaster. Pick says you can easily play until Diamond 1 using a drone scout. And if you die to all-ins and to cheese, I would strongly recommend doing so. And you can train your mental checklist with a drone scout very well. So I scout the front. I messed up with my queens there very heavily. I try to scout every 30 seconds with overlords and overlord speed. That's why my overlord speed is done before my link speed is done. I try to take the watchtowers and I scout his main. And I will see 2 robotics facilities, I think. I scout his natural. Is there a dark shrine and so on? I should really take a look at his natural though. And there's the robotics facility There's a RoboBay which does not research anything. I have 63 drones at the 6-minute mark.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
I built some safety roaches, which of course is only necessary if you scouted bad, and I think I did scout good enough, so I should not need these roaches. But on the other hand, if his units move across the map, they might just kill me without these roaches.
Mutation.
And very important would be that a Ling is here, so it tells me about attacks, and a Ling is here, so it tells me about attacks, and an Overlord should be placed here. An Overlord could be placed here, so if he moves here on this ramp I could see it, but the links on the watchtowers will tell me a lot, and my map vision is okay, I would say. It's not good, but it's okay. Keep your money low. I'm on 81 drones. I don't know if it was 715 or 730. That's okay. And I try to max out now.
Under attack.
I use the mental checklist in this game to focus on my upgrades as well. Inject, creep, keep your money low, good upgrades was this goal. And now I do the Vibe A move, very important. See his videos, but I will explain this. You move to his last base, so if he has built a 4th base, you move there. For example, it would be here. You move first here, then to his 3rd base, then to his natural, then on his ramp, I forget about this step, and then in his main base. And I am almost maxed. I'm maxed at 8 minutes and 55 seconds against the elite AI on economic focus and with the NeoSchool mod. So trust me, you will not find this. If you're below diamond, even if you're below masters, you will not find this very easy to accomplish. Trust me, and try it, please.
Under attack. Our forces are under
So again, I just take a look at my upgrades. I scout. I do not watch the fight. No micro, just a move. And now I move from a different angle. Use a move from a different angle. Base upkeep, saturation, very important. Creep spread. Keep your money low. And I think, yeah, we're maxed again. Or we could be maxed. No, we're maxed again at 10:23. That's the second time we maxed, and our adrenal glands is almost finished. Again, this will be difficult for you to do in an exercise if you're below diamond. My 3-3 started around the 10-minute mark. No, it's even before the 10-minute mark. So if you find the mental checklist too easy to do, try to work on your upgrades. I put my evos on a hotkey so I can check my upgrades and start it within a fight, within using the mental checklist, moving a Ling around, scouting with an Overlord and so on. And I'm maxed again. And I assure you, if you're maxed at the 9-minute mark, and if you remax again at the 10-minute mark, your opponent will just die in the ladder if you're below diamond. You've seen it 1,000 times in Vibes videos. Okay, I think this will wrap it up for the mental checklist as Zerg. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section below. and I hope you enjoyed these videos. I hope you see that learning the mental checklist is very, very important if you want to advance to the higher leagues like Diamond 2, Diamond 1, Master 3 and so on. You won't be able to reach the Grandmaster without good macro, solid macro and solid mechanics and a very good mental checklist. So please give it a try, and we'll see us in the next video. Thank you very much, and please subscribe to my channel.